You've probably heard the words meteor, meteoroid, and meteorite thrown around. But what's the actual difference? Well, it turns out they're just three different stages of the same incredible cosmic journey. So in this explainer, we're going to trace a single space rock all the way from the depths of space right down to the surface of our planet. I mean, who hasn't, right? You're outside on a clear night, you look up and whoosh! For just a second, this brilliant streak of light dashes across the sky. It feels kind of magical, doesn't it? Like a special little moment just for you. It really is. That sudden, beautiful flash connects us to the cosmos in a really powerful way. But what if I told you that the thing you're wishing on has absolutely nothing to do with a star? Yep, that's right. Even though we call it a shooting star, you're witnessing something totally different. It's a phenomenon that's actually way closer to home and, honestly, a lot more dynamic. So, what are you actually seeing up there? Okay, so to get to the bottom of this, we've got to start at the very beginning of its journey, long before it puts on that dazzling show in our sky. Our story begins in the vast, quiet emptiness of space. So it all starts with an object called a meteoroid. This is our space rock in its original state, just silently cruising through the vacuum of space. Think of a meteoroid as a kind of celestial nomad, and they can be tiny, like the size of a grain of sand, or as big as a boulder. But while it's floating out there in the black, that's its official name, a meteoroid. So where do these things even come from? Well, a lot of them get their start in the asteroid belt, that big cosmic traffic jam between Mars and Jupiter. It's been perfectly described as the solar junkyard, basically a ton of leftover debris from when our solar system was first forming. But every now and then, one of these meteorites gets knocked off its path and set on a direct collision course with Earth. And this is where things get really dramatic. This is where the light show begins. Okay, so here's the most important part. When that meteoroid slams into our atmosphere at an incredible speed, the friction with the air molecules makes it heat up and burn. The meteor isn't the rock itself, it's that beautiful streak of light, the event of it burning up. That's your shooting star. And hey, not all meteors are the same. What we usually call a shooting star is just a standard, everyday meteor. But if you happen to see one that's super bright, I'm talking brighter than the planet Venus, that's called a fireball. And then there's the rarest one of all, a grazing fireball. This is one that hits our atmosphere at the perfect angle to just skip off of it like a stone on a lake and head right back out into space. How cool is that? Now, most of these space rocks burn up completely and just turn into harmless dust. But what happens when one is big enough to actually survive that fiery plunge and make it all the way to the ground? Well, if any piece of that original rock makes it through the atmosphere and lands on Earth's surface, its name changes one last time. It becomes a meteorite. So here's a simple way to remember. If you can actually hold it in your hand, it's a meteorite. So let's just recap, because this is the whole thing right here. It's a meteoroid when it's out there in space. It creates the phenomenon we call a meteor when it's burning up in our atmosphere, and if it survives and lands on Earth, it becomes a meteorite. 3 names, 3 different phases of one incredible cosmic trip. Okay, so now that we've got the lingo down, let's zoom out and just look at the sheer scale of all this. How much of this cosmic material is actually interacting with our planet? The numbers are just astounding. Get ready for this. It's estimated that about 25 million meteoroids enter Earth's atmosphere every single day. That's a constant cosmic shower happening right above our heads that we mostly never even see. Now, lucky for us, our atmosphere is like this amazing shield. The vast majority of those 25 million daily visitors burn up completely, just disintegrating into tiny, harmless particles. And all that burnt-up material has to go somewhere, right? It creates, get this, 1 million kilograms of dust every day. That just gently settles all over the Earth's surface. It's a constant, gentle dusting of our planet with particles from outer space. So for those few special ones that actually make it to the ground, scientists basically group them into 3 main types. You've got stony meteorites, which are the most common and kind of look like regular Earth rocks. Then there are iron meteorites, which are these dense chunks of metal. And finally, you have the rare mix of both, called stony iron meteorites. Okay, but this is what really blows my mind. We think around 500 meteorites actually reach the Earth's surface every single year. But out of those 500, guess how many are actually found and get to scientists for study? Just 5 or 6. That's it. That is a huge, huge gap. And really, this just brings it all home, doesn't it? When you think about that million kilograms of space dust settling every day, this isn't just a fun idea. The dust on your bookshelf, the stuff floating in the air around you, some of it, literally, could be the final remains of a shooting star.
So the next time you look up and see a shooting star, you'll know exactly what's happening. But it also leaves us with this incredible thought. With hundreds of these cosmic messengers landing on our planet every single year, most of them lost to the oceans and the wilderness, what amazing secrets about our universe are just sitting out there, waiting for us to find them?